Hey guys, Mirage here. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to edit an Arsenal montage in Premiere Pro. So Premiere Pro really isn't a free software, but if you do some research on YouTube, I'm sure you guys will be able to find a version of it that is free. This tutorial is going to show you guys how to add effects, transitions, syncing, and more to your clips. I'll be putting timestamps for each step in the description if you guys want to learn specific things or don't want to go through a whole tutorial. I'll also be putting the clips and music in the description if you guys want to follow along with me. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to want to do is get all our clips into the project. So to do that, just right click in this tab over here and then click import and highlight all of your clips and your song. For this tutorial, I'm going to be using Too Dangerous because it is my most viewed montage, plus it's a pretty good song. Alright, so now that we've got our clips in, we're going to be going on to syncing. So to start syncing, I'm going to drag my song onto the timeline like that, and I've already got the markers on here. Let me get the other version of the song in. So this one right here. Drag that on here, and now we've got this song here. So now we have to sync the song. To do that, we place down the markers. Right, so we have to listen to the song, and we pretty much place it on all the important beats. Because the song is a bit loud, I'm gonna make it a bit quieter by right clicking audio gain -5. Right, so to do this, we just look at all the peaks. Right, so you see how it peaks here and then it peaks here. We want to pretty much place our markers on every peak. Alright, that should be enough markers. It's actually more than I need. But yeah, so as you see, our markers are pretty much the same position away from each other. So yeah, now we gotta put markers on our kills right here. To do that, we double click this, right? Our clip, and then it opens up over here. And what we gotta do is we just gotta scroll through until we find the frame of the kill. To do that, we just have to look at the kill feed. Or if it doesn't show up in the kill feed, you just want to go until you shoot the gun, or until these numbers pop up, and you want to go one frame, right? To go frame by frame, just use your arrow keys on your keyboard. So you go here, and then press M to set down a marker. Go one frame before as well. This one, I've already got the markers on, because I've used this before in a montage. So I'll do this one, because I haven't used this one before. So you just slowly go along until you find when the numbers appear. On this clip, because it is pretty fast paced, you can't really see the numbers appear. So I just want to do as I shoot, so around this frame. It does something perfect. Alright, so now we've got this ready. We've got our markers on here and on our clips. So what you want to do is you want to select an in point here and an out point here. And we want to do drag video only. And you drag this onto our timeline just like that. And as you see, it lines up by itself, right? So you can see here, this is around one frame off. But I shouldn't really make a difference, except if you want to, you can perfectly line it up like that. Also, I forgot to say this, except your sequence settings have to be at 60 FPS for it to be way smoother, right? And plus, you can be way more precise with your keyframes. So we got that 60 FPS, and we just do that. You see, if I play that back, I'm gonna give that some more space to start. You can do that just by dragging like this. You see, that was synced almost perfectly, right? In this tutorial, I'm not going to really talking about velocity and all that because that's a bit complex, especially for a beginner's tutorial like this. We'll just do the same for the rest of our clips right now. Also, what you can do is if you see a spare beat in between these markers, you can put your transition on here to make it seem a bit cooler, you know? You see here, there's a beat, so I'm going to extend that there. And I'm going to put the final clip on. Your markers won't be perfect, but it honestly doesn't matter because it will seem cool enough. So now that we've got all of these synced, we should be ready to add some more effects on. Alright, so the second section of this tutorial, or third section maybe, is our kill effects. To do kill effects, what we do is we drag on an adjustment layer. Make sure this is set to 60 FPS and is set to your video settings. I think it is by default usually. And what you want to do is you just want to drag it on like this, and you want to make it shorter until it goes to the end of a clip like this, and around somewhat like this, right? It doesn't really matter for now, but yeah, so you just want to leave it like this. Then you want to search up Lumetri color, and you want to drag that effect on. You can then go to effect controls up here, go basic correction, scroll down, make sure your playhead is on the marker, right? Go to exposure, click this stopwatch over here. What this is going to do is it's going to create an animation for the effect, so it's going to make it flash. And what you want to do is you want to go 2 frames to the left. So you go 1, 2 with our arrow keys. And then you want to go back again by pressing that. And you want to go to the right around 20 keyframes. So you want to hold shift, do the arrow key, your right arrow key, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then place your keyframe. After this, you want to go back to your middle keyframe by pressing this. Select it like this and turn the exposure something like 2.5. You can see this does look a bit weird, except once you play it back, there's a small flash effect that plays. But yeah, so we've got this basic flash effect on. Now what we can do is we can put a marker on this adjustment layer, and then we can also add in some more effects. So we can add on some blur. So we search up Gaussian blur. And right there. Close that like that, and then do the same thing. So you go 2 frames, put the keyframe, 2 frames, and then 20. Go like there. Go back to the middle keyframe. Select that, and set the blurriness something like 10 maybe, or you can probably do 20. So do 20. You can play that back one more time just to see if it's good enough. You can't really see the blur, so I'm gonna turn this up a bit more. So we'll go something like maybe 30. You can always play around with his keyframes and change them to your liking as well. So now we've got this on here. All we got to do is copy this same adjustment layer to every single clip. To do that, make sure the adjustment layer is selected and then hold Alt and just drag. And what that's going to do is it's going to create a copy, and we can pretty much just keep reusing this, right? Like that. I'm going to play it back and you should have something like this. That's pretty good. It's actually pretty good to me. Actually, if you guys want to add on one final effect, you guys can add on a screen pump, which I personally don't use them too much in my montages, except if you guys want to, you guys can. For this, search up transform. Put on transform. And do the exact same thing, except keyframe your scale, and then put the middle keyframe around 110 or 120. I'm going to go 120 so you can see what this keyframe actually does. And that creates a small screen pump effect like that. Let me just put that back on like this. I think that's looking pretty good so far. So now all we gotta do is add on transitions and our finishing touches. So for transitions, I use a transition pack that I did not make. So I'm not gonna include how to use the transitions in this video. But if you guys wanna know how to use them, I'll drop a link below in the description. Just follow whatever it says in that video and just pretty much copy it over to your thing. So do that and just copy it over to your thing. Alright, now we've got transitions on, effects, and our syncing. I think this montage is looking pretty good so far. What we gotta do now is export it. So to export, right, we gotta press either Control M, which brings up this, or you can go File, Export, Media, right? And what you have to do is, main things is to check this box here and change your bit rate to 15. And also make sure this box right here is ticked, and then all you gotta do is click export and wait for it to do its thing. Alright, so that should be done now. So now we've got our export done. We just want to drag our bar over here until the song is done, or just until there's some empty space. We want to drag on our thing one more time. This is optional, by the way, and you're gonna have to have some presets for this. So what you want to do is you want to drag on RSMV, right? Which is a plugin. It is free if you're smart enough. All you gotta do is search it up on YouTube, and I guarantee that you'll find a tutorial for it. So you drag on RSMV, change your blur amount to 0.7, and your motion sensitivity to 75 or 80. I like it like this, but you can always change these settings to your liking. I like it like where it's really smooth. And you can see how that's way smoother than normal 60 FPS. Another thing you can do is add color correction. To do that, search up Magic Bullet Looks tutorial, or like how to get it. You get looks, and pretty much what you do is you drag on this looks plugin, and then you go into edit look, and you copy these settings over here. What you can do is you can get some preset packs actually for Magic Bullet looks. I'll put the one that I'm using in the description, and I like to use this preset over here called Sakura, and I've got everything ready, and I like to turn off the vignette because I don't really like the vignette, and then click tick and change the strength to something around 60. The difference of this is actually pretty big. So you can see this is the default and this is with the color correction. We'll play this back one more time. And now we have it. We have our final montage. Pretty simple to make. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to DM me on Discord. I'm going to be posting another tutorial next week. That one's going to be way more advanced, and I'm going to have my new editing pack in it as well in the description. So all of my presets that I use, I'll give you guys a sneak peek of it right now. So right here, Mirage presets. This is what it has so far. I'm not going to open any of these folders, but these folders are stacked with effects that are going to be in my next tutorial. So please keep an eye out for that. And I guess I'll see you guys then.